for another video. Today I'm going to be
aim back and start taking some tags on their opponents because they were the first ones into the safe zone, and they continue to tunnel through. The zone will be closing in 6 seconds and then heading off in another direction, so these guys got to be ready for that. It doesn't look like they have any access to healing or any more movement, so we'll have to see how they decide to take advantage of that. But Marcotte. Please help me out with that one. I've got some really awesome people that hit my mentions up whenever I mispronounce things, or congratulate me on pronouncing things properly. So I appreciate both.
And you just want the positive adoration. You don't really want anything else.
Oh, no, I appreciate constructive criticism, too. No. As long as it's constructive and intelligent, I'll take it. Okay.
I'm kidding.
Hey.
Yeah.
So, those guys are doing great.
Those guys are great. By the way, look all the way up at the top there. You see those shenanigans up above?
So chaotic.
Oh, no.
I was just going to say, they are not being held up by very many builds. It looks like a couple of them did have redeploy, but Pickles, you saw, did not, and does go down to the Vic having 2 eliminations now. Madsen having 0, but in a good position. I mean, they don't have the most amount of builds. They've been doing a lot of tunneling, but now that the way that this zone's moving, they're going to be able to recycle their tunnel and hopefully, and pick up some more build off of Dipper, getting a nice little knock there. Now looking for the teammate.
So, interestingly, with the kit that the Vic has, I wonder why he's sticking with the heavy AR when the tactical AR was available in front of him. And you have to imagine that he'd have the light ammunition for that TAC AR, because as it currently stands, your drum gun's going to be using the same ammo pool as your heavy AR, and you don't have a lot of shots left. So I think that it's going to be mostly falling to the combat shotty and then the pickaxe to tear through anything that he's going to need to get through here if any players put some opposing builds. It's going to be someone down low. The nades are coming out now. I love seeing a good grenade play. When in doubt, throw grenades. That's the GB way.
Yep, I also do that.
Just throw all the nades. If you have a max nade inventory, throw them all.
Yep, my most elimination summer skirmish event was from grenades. I think I got 3 at once. Sorry, Jalmock. Yeah, but here we go. We've got some guys on the high ground. That's Squalls and Marcotte. We were just before Marcotte. We're going to get that pronunciation right next game. Ricky on the low ground looking to find Kirache. Does get taken out. We got a lot of players in this mid ground as well. Falcony does get sandwiched. Now Squalls looking to make a lower ground play. Kirache actually using a jump pad to come up, but it does not go in his favor. All this fighting around the jump pad. I think Vic and Madsen just got so focused on that. Marcotte and Squalls coming down at the perfect time when there was the chaos on that low ground and taking off those opponents.
And
9 eliminations.
The skin was apropos there. They were patrolling the high ground. They got the win. Let's send it over to Zeke in the studio.
Thank you guys so much. Man, I love this caster pair. Golden Boy, Kitty Plays. Who has more fun? Probably me and Pookie, but, let's be figured out. Just kidding. I can hear you guys. I'm just kidding. All right, Fortnite fam. We're hanging out with Sundown right now. We're going to take a look at some awesome replays that you've pulled for us. Talk about the standings. Let's hop on into it.
Yes, let's take a look indeed here. First, we're going to hop on board with a great individual effort out of Larson. So we're going to take a quick look at the team play, the double heavy snipe, which has largely become a staple of kind of a competitive play. But now let's see what Larson's able to do when he goes to work kind of on his own. Now, Faji is still up in this circumstance, but they're kind of rotating separately. You can see Larson did hit a boogie bomb through the window and is able to follow up onto Terminator Boy. But at this point, Faji has been taken down, so Larson's all on his lonesome, uses the reverse stare at it to push into the box and picks up a great double. Now dropping down to the opportune time, picks up Moth Likes Lamps, but unfortunately, Larson, no matter how good you are, Stompy and Tashinkin are just a little bit better. Even here on the 4 HP, Stompy goes back in challenges. For ZR, the player from BTL, his awareness here, he picks up Kelpie with a knockdown there and then gets a couple shots, but he does it again, not once, but twice, knocking down the players on the high ground to give himself control of it and then converting that into elimination. So what does that end up meaning? That means 4ZR now is in a 1v1 with high ground control off the side of the map, with mat advantage as well, forcing this player over onto the side. Unfortunately, a little bit of a mistake from Patrick, opted not to go for the jump pad, his only way out of there, and great cleanup from 4ZR. But Powder was the hero of this third match, doing so incredibly well, making sure he picks up 2 elims there, getting the Shadow Bomb, and then getting over to the far side of the zone. We talk about that, getting over to the far side early on those zones, so you can then do exactly this. You see him and Pappy about facing and just spraying shots into all of these players who are being forced to move. Rax gets taken down, but what was almost a collateral RPG, just firing it out there because he had one to throw, and then he just keeps the minigun running. Pappy over on the side as they continue spraying shots down. The rocket connects, a couple of bullets spray, takeoffs gets picked up as well, but they're not done. They're still running the high ground. I just have to give a shout out to Ares because this play is sick. Catches the rocket on the back of the ramp to knock down Pappy, so almost has an opportunity to make a play here, but what does he do? Stuck on the high ground, very little mats, only 3 left, but he has the flint knock in that third spot. Knows Pappy is going to go down from the Siphon, so what does he opt to do? Drop down, catch himself with the flint knock, Siphon goes over on the Pappy, and then boom, right into the action, picks up Martine, and then he's going to keep going. It's a 1v1v1. He will get cleaned out, but Powder, who is on the high ground, is now on the low ground, has a singular mat, is even on the health, but can't take the ticks. As soon as he takes the combat shot, that could be it, but he goes and challenges the 66 headshot into back-to-back armor ticks with the fall damage, clutching it up for Powder and Pappy, and on a day where every interaction matters, something like that could potentially be huge. And I mean, they're on the board right now, 49 points, they're in striking distance.
You know, as impressive as that is, I think we just have to turn our attention up to the 2 different pairs of duos, by the way, that have already qualified, are still just dumpstering the region. Mitra and Rongo, and Tachinkin and Stoppy. I think you said it best. They just don't know how to not be at the top.
To be fair, the spread has kind of tightened up a little bit, but again, they don't know how to be just like kind of convenient and let somebody else have their turn.
They're like, no, we're going to be at the top. Yeah.
Back in school, but now again, rocking it out there. And something else, all these guys are very close in terms of their time management right now. Something we don't typically see going into the last hour. Generally, there's a couple teams who have played a few more games or going elim heavy, but now it seems like Europe has kind of gotten into a groove where on Saturdays, everyone kind of buckles down. The matches are that much harder. Being the most difficult region to qualify and having the highest point threshold, I mean, these Sunday matches are intense.
Man, well, let's get ready to hop back into those games. I can't wait to say who's coming through. So, Golden Boy, Kitty Plays, we're going to send it back your way.
Thank you so much, fellas. And a few things that was on the Fortnite competitive Reddit on the discussion thread. So shout out to the community there as well. Always providing good insight. So my mind was just blown. You want to know how my mind was blown away?
Tell me how your mind was blown.
I've been saying, and all of us have been saying, Tachinkin for the longest time, but apparently it's just Chinkin.
I think I've been saying Chinkin.
Have you?
I think so.
Damn.
Run it back. Give me the replay.
Run it back, people. I need to know. And then, of course, I asked people.
Chinkin is not doing well either. He does not have the health that he needs to contest this. If he's able to land those shots, Cartoon and Ardit still on that high ground with that RPG, and we have Azonai onto the ground as well. And Ardit now choosing to drop down, does take out Shinken, Bella, AEU, and Ace having a little bit of a 1v1 down below, but Cartoon is just raining down these rockets right now.
And there you have it, the victory royale as Ardit and Cartoon high ground control, sending all the explodes in the server down to those players, and there was no chance for them. It was like a snowball right in this desert here of them being able to survive from the onslaught that we saw. But speaking of snowballs, we're going to go right over to the snow biome here on the island. We got a lot of players still kicking in this match, and we have 2 premium, premier players here, Hunter and Kinstar from Solari. They qualified last week in what was an emotional...
Is this Solari or Solari?
You know, I think it's kind of like tomato.
Tomato, okay, I like that. Yeah. We love you guys. You guys have some great players. So now Kinstar and Hunter have been ones to watch out for.
Yeah, they have, and they qualified last week. And also, just a note, I believe, I'll check right now, but I believe on Twitch, the Solari stream is live with the French commentators, the coaches there. So if you want to see some awesome hype commentary, maybe you don't understand the language, but you can tell
You'll
excitement.
get excited.
You can tell excitement. You can tell hype. Doesn't matter what language you're speaking. Definitely check that out.
Definitely. And they do pick up some nice utility here. A couple slurps. Oh, a big pot. Lots of resources they're going to be able to top off, and they have access to those 2 rifts. So these 2 are in a great position now with that early momentum to be able to convert into a victory route if they so please. But lots of players still left in this lobby right now. We've got Cazorla and Johnny Boy.
Johnny Boy?
Johnny Boy. Oh, so this is the same thing as the Shingo thing. Johnny.
I'm assuming it's
Johnny Boy.
Johnny?
Johnny. I think you just put more power into the J.
Well, it's not delivery. It's the Johnny Boy. You guys are welcome. Someone messaged me, by the way, and said that my jokes are amazing. So just wanted to give a shout out to a few of the folks on social media, except for Luke Z M8, who said, Golden Boy FTW, stop please.
Just stop. Nothing else.
Just stop,
no
please.
other advice, just stop.
Just stop, man. Just stop.
You know, it's so funny with negative comments. Why are those always the...
Oh, no, he's not being negative. It was a laughing emoji
No, it was a
with it,
meme.
too. It was just funny. It's
Okay,
like...
okay.
It wasn't negative, you know?
No. It's neutral.
It was
Just stop.
He's just giving me good life advice, Kitty. That's really all it boils down to.
Please keep going. Please keep going. Don't stop, or just stop life advice, guys. Okay, here we are. Cazorla, 4 eliminations. Johnny Boy sitting on no eliminations, but I bet he's being as supportive as ever. Teammate, they are raining in shots now on this opponent. They know that he is weak, and you see some shots coming in from the top right too. This is typical end game lobby play when they see someone focusing down an enemy. They want to get any shot they can, hopefully catch the player off guard and sneak that last shot in to get that elimination. And wow, Cazorla picking up that elimination. He didn't get both. I think the other team on the high ground did get the other one, and these guys are going to try and pick up that loot, whatever they can, max out their resources. Again, we got John Trot, Frantes in this lobby, Takashi, and Azale as well. Kinstar, we just saw them use one of their 2 rifts right now into the air, so they do still have access to that other rift. We're going to spectate Hunter now, though. Has those 4 shadow bombs. A few players in the sky now. Joy, Kupex, Law Mage. You know, if you guys are making it this far in these EU lobbies, I want to make sure that you get your time to shine. I'm going to try and shout out your names.
These EU lobbies have been
all these pros
so fun
added
to
in your
watch.
Twitter bio.
Yeah, they've been so fun to watch because the European players, they have like a good mixture of that aggressive play style, but also when they want to play that more controlled position holding play style, they can easily do that as well. They really are the total package here. Now let's see what Hunter and Kinstar are going to try and do here, because there are some players that were right in front of Hunter, and look at that, just going for the shots right away, agitating the beast. And this player went for the shots, and you know, you have to wonder, what was the, maybe just going for a last-ditch effort there. I think that player was dangerously weak and may have been taken out by the storm. Very hard to tell there, but regardless, they're going to get whisked away with that rift to go, and they're going to hug the edge of the storm, just as you're seeing here. And if it's timed out nicely, they make their way to the top of that hill. The snow biome in the island is so rough to play in because you have these very sharp hills, as you see here, and you don't have much of a choice, and that's going to be it down there on a Meteor. Hunter is going to register that one right away. That player landing right in front of him, and they did just as I said, landing right at the edge of that hill because it's such a steep drop there, as you can see on your screen.
Yeah, you know how difficult that zone is when the players opt to take 30 ticks of storm damage just to get that early high ground on this cliff. And you'll see a lot of players go down on that lower ground if they're not positioning themselves properly. So Kinstar and Hunter have great positioning right now. They have those shadow bombs if they get knocked down, and they want to use them to protect themselves from fall damage. And now they're just going to take any shots they can on these players as they try and rotate up this cliff. You do not want to get get stuck under it. And thankfully, it actually is moving away from the cliff, so any players that were at the bottom of it are going to be okay. Now, Hunter and Kinstar need to make a good decision to either waterfall down, maybe they'll use the shadow bombs, but they've got lots of resources to work with right now. Getting some clean picks, double pickup from Hunter right now. 11 eliminations between the two of them.
And these are eliminations that I'm sure Kinstar would want to be able to get back that HP that he lost from going outside of the storm to establish his position to begin with. But as it currently stands, though, you're going to have Hunter raining down damage on these players, so there's not really much of a chance that they could hold this off. Fury's going to have to dip down low. You're going to have Cazorla alongside Johnny Boys.